Hi Scorpio, this is going to be your April 2021 reading. Hello. Okay, this is Luna. She wants to say a quick hello to the Scorpio watchers. Scorpio, this is going to look using the tarot card at past, present, future energies coming up for you around April 2021. We will use astrology. I will look at the important transits going on this month for you, and I will also have a look at an oracle deck for you, Scorpio. We'll look at these cards together. I'll pull more to clarify, but for now I think we should just kind of get a sense of what has been going on for Scorpio as of late. Let's take this back. What was going on in maybe March, even end of February, but time and energy is fluid on these, you guys. So take what resonates today and leave the rest. So we've got, what is this card? We've got the Fool, the Foolish Man is what they've called it here, in reverse. We've got the Judgment card in reverse too. And then we have also got the Ace of Swords coming through. So we have a lot of fear and hesitancy around making a big leap, I see, in the past, Scorpio. Something had been even resurfacing for you, but I think that you're getting clearer now. We'll have to clear this up. But before we do that, I think we should look at what's going on for April. What big themes can Scorpio expect for April before diving into these cards? So let's see what's coming up on the cards for April for Scorpio and Scorpio rising. That's right, Scorpio. If you know your rising sign, check out the video for that too, because I will use astrology and that might be more applicable to the rising sign position. So it's a great way to get more cosmic guidance. So we have got your energy, fixed water, with the King of Cups coming in here for the Scorpio. Feeling more empowered, thankfully, by this month. We've got the Princess of Swords, which is sometimes known as the Page of Swords in some decks. And then we've also got the Seven of Pentacles coming up for the month of April. Scorpio, my memory was full, but I kept speaking. But here are the cards that came out for the future energies. The Ten of Wands. Cycles ending. They may be painful for you. The Three of Swords coming up towards the end of the month into May, maybe even. And Ace of Pentacles, all for new beginnings to happen and start to become underway in your life. Okay, so let's take it back, all right? If you are dealing with a Libra or you have anything significant in the sign of Libra in your birth chart, there was a full moon in the sign of Libra on the 28th of March. For Scorpio rising, that was in your 12th house. So for some people that are maybe dealing with a Libra, the Scorpio is watching out there, you may find that they have been instrumental in kind of helping you manage areas surrounding your mental health and how you kind of stay on top of it in a healthy way, basically how you manage it. And if not, this full moon, Scorpio rising in your 12th house on the 28th of March may have really kind of made it, really shone a light. The moon is then at its brightest, so it really may have illuminated 12th house topics for you, and especially around routines and what's good for you to do when you are feeling overwhelmed with anxiety or stress or feeling alone or any other 12th house kind of issues coming up for you. You may have sort of felt yourself kind of say to yourself, no, I really need to take a hold of this and do what makes me feel good, do what supports my mental health, and those topics may have been enlightened or illuminated for you around the end of March, for Scorpio rising in particular. But let's look at these cards. So I've got big cards, the Foolish Man, or the Fool, this is known as sometimes, and Judgment card in reverse. They have called the Last Judgment here. But this speaks to me about one of two things, Scorpio. Either you took a really impulsive, rash decision that you didn't put much focus into, and then it turned out that this didn't play out in the best way possible, and you had kind of now developed such a large amount of fear about what you were trying to undertake. Either that, or you're reeling and developing fear around the fact that you didn't move and you didn't take the chance that kind of came up for you in the Fool card. card energy. You said, no, I better not. I'm not sure if I want to risk that. And now you're kind of thinking like, oh, damn, did I make the right choice? But we'll clarify these cards. But all in all, I do see like something resurfacing for you. Well, it's past energy. So I feel like this has resurfaced for you, Scorpio. Something that was pretty big. It's like you, when you had an opportunity before, I believe, to either rise or fall to a destiny. You even see it as serious as that. And it's coming up for you again that either you did it, you rose to your destiny and like, whoa, that was so groundbreaking, or maybe there's just been a lot of bumps along the way, or else you're starting to feel regret or something that you didn't step up to the plate in some way and take a chance on something. But I think we should clarify that. Overall, there's fear around an impulsive choice on whether or not you made a decision or not. But you became enlightened with the Ace of Swords around the end of March. You were starting to become clear about things. That full moon in Libra on the 28th of March, guys, that would have been illuminating areas, especially depending on where Libra is in your chart. But for Scorpio rising, it's the 12th house, so it would have been particularly illuminating around 12th house issues, and that is the house of self-undoing, Scorpio. So there may have been some sort of an element of like not stepping up to take a massive chance, or either rushing way too quickly into something that was needed more careful planning, and you're now kind of thinking like, wow, was that like in a way self-sabotage or self-undoing or something like that? But we have your energy coming through. First card out, looking at the themes presently around April. Fixed water, the King of Cups. So we do have you in your throne, so to speak. Or what have we got this person on here? Well, we have this kind of bird imagery here. So we have a lot of your symbology here. We have the snake, which is a symbol of power. It's a symbol of regeneration. It's the symbol of, kind of like never ending energy kind of a thing. We also have some sort of a bird imagery that looks to me like Phoenix rising from the ashes, a la Scorpio. Okay, so you're reeling. That was unsettling. I feel like for March, it was just a really intense kind of Plutonian, even with judgment, inner working, and it was like survival mode in March. And that might not have even have come up so super strongly for you, Scorpio, but for some of you, you might have felt like, oh my God, my relationship is surviving, or I'm just surviving. I'm barely just kind of keeping my head above water in March. It was Pisces season. That's the time of endings, and like when we purge, when a lot comes to the surface, it's a time for us to end cycles. Now we're in Aries season, so that is the other sign like you, Scorpio, like your traditional ruler, Mars. Mars also rules Aries. So we're getting out there. We're kind of like pioneering. We're putting ourselves out there. We're like fighting for what we want. And it looks like you do want something, Scorpio. I want to clear up what it is. Something that makes you feel more balanced and stable. There's a lot of tetchiness around you. It's either you that really just wants something and you want it now, and you have a real strong desire to make something happen, but it's not happening quickly enough for you. Daughter of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles we have called here Lord of Success Unfulfilled is what the note says here. So it doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. It's just not successful yet. There is patience here, and I see that this patience is actually making you quite agitated and tetchy. If you're dealing with another person at the moment, I feel like the Venus transit through Scorpio rising 6th house, it'll start in April in Scorpio rising 6th house in Aries, but by the end of April it will move into your 7th house up in Taurus. Scorpio rising Venus will be much happier when it moves into Taurus. Where it's at home, it will be a nice time for Scorpio rising to kind of communicate in terms of their relationships with the person they're in a relationship with. So I sense that there's some tetchiness around you at the moment in April. Later on in the month, when Venus moves into Taurus, that's going to make communication a more sort of harmonious flow, less boundaries, less blocks in the way. But for the earlier part of the month, Scorpio rising, I would look forward to having like good flair, like getting on with your colleagues at work, being very well respected at work. If you want to ask for some time off or scheduling or a raise or something with your superior in work or superior in work, Scorpio rising, early April would be a nice time to do that. Before clarifying these cards, let's look at what's coming up in the future energy. So end of April looking to May, I'm thinking for you, Scorpio. 10 of Wands, cycle's coming to an end. You got to take a load off is what you're thinking. This is painful. You can't give up because it's a sense of duty that you have around somebody or someone, and you kind of feel like, for some of you, I think you might need to drop some sort of a truth bomb on somebody. You're kind of being pushed to breaking point by somebody, or it's kind of like that wood pecking, like peck, and the indentation is starting to show, and you're starting to say, if you can't, if you're speaking to me like that, I'm going to lose it, type of a thing. This is called the Lord of Oppression. So I do feel like you might be getting bogged down at the moment, Scorpio, and I'm looking at the end of the month, March into April. We're going to clear these up now, and I'm going to show you these cards. But I do have another ace in the reading, Ace of Pentacles. We had the Ace of Swords already. When I see two aces in a reading, that's powerful and potent opportunity for new beginnings, for new potential, new offers, something coming through that presents a new trajectory for you or new insights. So that's something to look forward to. We're definitely going to clear up what kind of opportunities and offers are coming up for Scorpio towards the end of April going into May. Let's look at these cards, and in the meantime, Scorpio, you look at these cards. I am going to pull an oracle from the oracle deck and read this for you, Scorpio, as a message from your highest, most compassionate self to you. What would they say to Scorpio now? So I'm using the Kuan Yin Chinese Goddess of Compassion oracle, and I'm hoping to read a message now for Scorpio to figure out what would their highest, most compassionate self. Sit them down now and tell them ever so gently in the room, sit down beside them and say, hang on, look what I'm seeing. And this is a message from Scorpio's highest, most compassionate self to them now. Let me read a bit. So we've got a card called the Book of Changes. And I would love to read about that, the Book of Changes for you, Scorpio, and see what we have got to say about that. So it is saying, just like a beautiful but unusual melody, the divine plan is unfolding through your life, although it isn't always predictable. Kuan Yin is guiding you in the right direction. Even if you do not fully understand what is happening in your life right now, allow Kuan Yin to bless you with trust in the unfoldment of your own divine path. The Book of Change is always at play, helping us find our way. You are just taking a smarter route to your destination. Oh, okay. All right. So I kind of guess that you are just sort of being asked to trust in the unfoldment and the speed and the timing of your path right now. If there's blocks for you or roadblocks, kind of learn to see them as lessons or tools for growth, I guess, on your journey. Let's have a look, Scorpio. Let's clear up this row of the Fool, Judgment, and the Ace of Swords in reverse, and let's see what we can say about that for Scorpio. Clearing up the past row. This is the Ten of Cups in reverse, and also the Eight of Wands. So So there was some of you acting very impulsively, Fool in reverse and the Eight of Wands. Very quickly, very impulsively, you thought that this was such a great opportunity that, or it was like you had the Midas touch on something and you were thinking, oh my God, such a great opportunity. I'm just going to rush for it. I'm not even going to think about it. It sounds so good. It sounds so amazing. And you know what? You quickly discovered and learned that this probably was a bit of a mistake. It looked really enticing, or something was a great offer. I guess it didn't really manifest to be as good as you thought. There was just like a feeling afterwards that it was too good to be true. It was way too wonderful. And actually that's how it turned out to be. I think you quickly discovered that. I don't think you spent too much time on it. For some, this Judgment card coming up again is kind of like here to sort of say to Scorpio, like it has been saying to you, like, okay, so you kind of fell for something, or you one of these challenges that they spoke about in the Book of Changes card, like a roadblock came up for you, and instead of kind of learning from it, and you kind of resisted it for some, or some of you kind of just went around things or about things the wrong way, and it was a lesson that you kind of were somewhat familiar with, I'm thinking of. But yeah, so, and for those of you who are kind of feeling regretful, or that I'm not going to get a chance again to do something that that really excites me, or that's kind of risky, or a fresh start, I'm never going to get that chance again, that's kind of if this something is meant for you, the synchronization of the Eight of Wands suggests that movement is always happening. Keep communicating, keep networking, and actually reach out to people. If you think it's too late and you missed out on a chance, and you haven't just reached out and seen if maybe there is still some way, a possibility for you, I would do it. I would definitely, communication is kind of here, referenced by the sort of this card, Mercurial card here, Eight of Wands, and Ten of Cups in reverse. It's not the worst card. It's still pretty positive. Ten of Cups is still nice even in reverse. It's kind of saying that, oh, maybe hope isn't lost. Maybe you just need to kind of make a contact with somebody. Okay, so let's see. We're going to look at the King of Cups now, this Princess or Page of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Something Scorpio is not pleased that they have to still wait for, because they're very interested and eager they haven't lost any of their interest, they're just not seeing results. It's not like you're fed up and sick of it and don't want it to manifest. You still really do. Scorpio, I'm sorry, bear with me. I'm having some technical difficulties with my phone right now, so we're going to continue to clear up this row here. We were talking about, your eagerness for something still, and your kind of hunger for something right now, your drive and your thirst, and when is it going to bear fruit? Let's clear up the middle row. King of Cups, Princess of Swords, Seven of Pentacles for Scorpio. Temperance card. You are thirsting for more, more ascending higher. The Two of Cups, more love, more connection, more happiness, more passion with this person that you're with. For some of you, it's with a person. You have this thirst to get to know them better, for this intimacy to flow between you, like the Temperance card, alchemy, even magical flow, pure intimacy, Lord of Love with the Two of Cups, Venus in Cancer. Beautiful position for Cancer to be in. And in this reading, it's kind of just telling me that, like, you want to know this person, you want to know their mind as well, like you want to know everything about them, their interests. You just have this thirst and this knowledge, thirst for knowledge about this person. And if it isn't for a person, it's you've been offered something, or this month in April there will be an offer that you just need to know absolutely everything about. It feels really good for you though. It feels like it would just kind of fit into your life, or you hear of something that could just simply be in your life right now with there's no resistance around what's coming up for you in April. Things are just flowing, Scorpio. Things are flowing in April. Yay. What's coming out? So we've got these 2 cards, 3 cards. I'll just read these for the final row. So I've got the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles, cleared up by the Universe or the World card, okay? So big energy, more major arcana energy. Knight of Swords coming through with that as well. And then the Knight of Wands. So yeah, look, a lot of, towards the end of the month in March, or the end of the month in April going into May, you can expect a lot of movement and a lot of your ambition to kind of be seen, to be recognized, turning heads. You're kind of really charging towards your goals by the end of the month. So we have Lord of the Winds and Breezes and Lord of Flame and Lightning with the wand, with the sword and with the wand. So yeah, like really pushing hard towards your goals, making contacts. You know, like, you know, your mind is working, your body is working, you're all moving towards something. And it's to get something done in a really big way, to bring something to completion, to wrap something up, wrapping up a big cycle, finishing up something that you've been working really hard on, and it's time to kind of like release it into the world, and then new opportunities are created. So we do have this finishing of cycles. 10 of Wands is very similar to the World card. They're both Saturnian influenced cards, so it does talk about longer cycles that we've been working hard on energetically. They just feel like longer cycles in our life. They've taken time to mature, they've taken time to like evolve and come to fruition. What else have I got to say about this? For some, there's like, you know, your busyness and your energy and kind of like your hustle is, in some ways, it's troubling to some people. It's kind of rubbing people up the wrong way. There's kind of like an energy of you moving so fast, like you're not even realizing like the haters or anything. You're just like going at your pace. You don't really care what anybody else thinks. And even if it is rubbing people up the wrong way, you kind of have like a clear goal and end vision in sight. Ace of Pentacles, the World card, a very clear end target and, you know, expected and desired result for you in your mind's eye. I don't think much is going to be getting in your way at the end of this month, Scorpio. That is going to be your April 2021 reading. My apologies that it was somewhat disjointed. I was having technical difficulties with my phone. Check out this channel for love and relationship readings coming up soon. And in the meantime, if you'd like to subscribe, I would really appreciate that, Scorpio. See you soon for your next love and relationship reading coming in a couple of weeks on this channel. Bye.